Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with The Sopranos. Last time around we had All Happy Families where problems with AJ and what else is new, but Carmela was finally fed up and kicked AJ out, had him go live with Tony. AJ thinks this is a good thing, but Tony is going to make him like do his work and stuff, but Feech was causing troubles, and Tony decided, you know what, I've been through this with Richie Aprile, no more, so he basically set a trap for Feech with the cops and with his parole officer, and then he was sent back to prison. Meanwhile, Lorraine was killed, and it's another power play by Johnny Sack. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm sure there was other stuff, but I can't really remember it now, so yeah, that's pretty much it. The biggest thing was Carmela is now alone in the house, so yeah. But that is basically it, so why don't we just go ahead and jump right into this episode of The Sopranos. Here we go.
Promise me no drinking and driving.
Who's your designated driver?
Christopher, actually.
Alright, have fun, huh? Need some money? Have a good time, sweetheart. Be careful.
She ain't ever coming back here again.
Did I just see your father?
He's got an office here.
Saturday night? That's dedication. The guy sure
Yeah.
can't put in the hours.
You got a general anesthetic or something? This lighter can't do much.
Done. Jen, wanna do your thing?
What the fuck are they doing?
Just keep a little pressure.
Alright. I'm gonna get this down to the lab, see what's what.
What happened? Like, did I...
There we go.
What am I not remembering?
Would you describe the diarrhea as loose or liquid?
Liquid.
Oof, been
This is
there.
getting so.
Well, sometimes GI disturbances are stress-related. Is there anything unusual that might be giving you the Jim Jams?
The Jim Jams.
What do you gotta be stressed about? That bar?
War, Christopher. Middle East.
You don't listen to the president? We're gonna mop the floor with the whole fucking world. The whole world's gonna be under our control. So what are you worked up about?
Great time, isn't it?
See this?
Yeah, I noticed that. What happened?
It's cancer.
What?
Huh?
Squamous.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Well, they think they got it all. Knock wood. Just cancer. Things that run through your head.
Sure.
Jesus, when did this happen?
I did a Google on it, and like the doctor too. They all say a lot of it's psychological. So on top of everything, now I'm a head case.
No. Come on, stop blaming yourself.
This is like the most these two have talked.
Not that I blame.
Take care of yourself.
Say hi to Anthony.
Yeah.
He's such a good father. Wish my dad had been like that.
I did.
Well, it was like a really genuine conversation.
Though at least I can pour a glass of wine without him giving me the expression.
Yeah, I know that look. The constipated owl look.
You know, when I first met you, I was scared of you.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm scared of everybody. It's always my first reaction.
Well, you're not scared of me now, are you?
No.
Again, this is more than these two have talked to each other in 5 seasons.
Want to shoot? No, it's a round thing in the middle there. How you feeling? Everything all right in here now? Your stomach all right?
Don't. I know what you're doing. Don't distract me.
Hey,
Oh.
good shot.
Oh!
Wow.
Okay. Go.
No, the cocaine is doing too much. Duh. Is it genuinely therapy? It's been a while.
My nephew's fiance.
Alright, we are here for therapy today. Lock in, folks.
I know what you're thinking. What?
This is a very big step.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I mean that you've come here to talk about this impulse instead of just acting on it without thinking.
No, I always think.
You sure?
Really?
Yeah.
Having sex with your mistress's cousin. Like the mistress wasn't enough to piss off your wife.
Damn. Fucking blunt today.
I could do it right this time. I could start a whole new family.
Despite the fact that she's like half your age.
Young enough? Fuck them all.
This is something you're contemplating?
Starting over?
What? It'd be a disaster. I got lucky the first time because I was able to control myself, but you only get one of those.
Rationalizing. I can't control myself. You can.
I don't know. It's different for women. It's all
You're
about
strong,
being
though.
with them.
She could make a play for you. You might want to think about how you're going to establish limits and boundaries. For example,
You could stop
you
using
could tell
her
She means
office.
a great deal to you, but you think of her as a daughter.
Even if I want to fuck her brains out.
Okay,
There is a
leave off that last part, but yes.
For once, you want to avoid doing something you know is wrong and would be destructive both to yourself and to the people you care about.
She's like really proud of him right now.
That's growth. That's progress.
Just tell me what I'm supposed to do.
You have to be
Yeah.
honest with yourself. I know this is a powerful urge, but if you can't keep it in your pants, you have to stay away from her.
Get a different office. You already have a different office, don't you?
You know,
Or do they need a place that's not... that is away from potential
above
Fed
all,
stuff?
though, you say she respects you. Be worthy of respect. See if you can remain a friend to this woman. A help to her.
It was like one of the most productive scenes they've
Tony
had.
had ducks one time, getting this vibe from him.
Who? Tony?
He's really nice. He listens.
And now she's got...
Kind of attractive.
now she's got to go to
Definitely an
therapy with
alpha
him.
male.
Jesus Christ. She's a good-looking woman, and she wants to fuck Barney Rubble?
We really don't know him. He listens.
Damn. I love when they fucking giggle to themselves. That is kind of funny. It's like, it makes them seem like such pieces of shit, but also they're just the federal fucking government trying to deal with the mafia.
Danielle from Whippany.
She's dead.
Well, shit.
What?
Yeah. She drowned on a picnic.
Well then.
Well, I thought it picked up on something between her and me. I'm not trying to be conceited.
Tony!
Wow, what was that? Wow! Alright, so they're probably not gonna be fucking.
But I say you're gonna be fine. They just want to keep you here for observation. You know, be on the safe side.
I don't even remember what happened.
Probably for the best.
Was a raccoon in the road. I swerved.
Oh, was that it? I didn't even fucking see what it was.
How's your car?
Escalade.
Fucked.
Where is she?
Mount Mercy in Dover.
Dover.
Apparently they swerved to avoid a deer in the road.
They?
Her and Tony.
Tony? Soprano?
That was gonna look bad.
I swear to God!
You know how this looks?
It looks pretty
Don't talk
bad.
to me. Shut your mouth. Oh, you don't think this fucking devastates me?
Well, frankly, you scored so far over your head when you got her. What do you expect?
Damn.
The fuck are you talking about?
She's a knockout. A 10. And look at you. You're average at best.
Damn.
You should have married that girl 2 years ago.
Everybody knows you've been the biggest fucking coos hound around the past 4 or 5 years. Your midlife crisis. You'd fuck a catcher's mitt.
Damn.
Adriana got caught giving a big guy a blowjob.
When the paramedics found him, she had his cock still in her mouth.
Oh, no.
Shows that most single car fatalities are the result of guys popping their load behind the wheel.
Oh, it got back to June.
Over the sun visor.
Oof, that is a rough game of telephone right there.
Severino.
Didn't sound like nothing. I want to hear the big joke.
Take it easy, we're just shooting the shit.
We were just talking about my bro Joe.
Oh, yeah? What about it?
So, what did you, huh?
I asked him a fucking question.
You know, this is just turning into the whole thing with John from last
What a
season.
fucking answer. What's so
Hey, motherfucker!
Hey, hold it.
Well, this is an incredible problem.
Hey, on. I already ate. There's a casserole in my...
You fucking lying bitch!
Oh, for goodness sake.
Oh, so you two were just gonna go toot up a bunch of lines, go fucking bird watching?
Oh, you son of a bitch. I was gonna stay
The
up
birds are
all
very
night.
interesting. Oh. Oh, shit. And he relapsed. They got a fucking popcorn machine.
There's nothing going on in the car.
No, of course not, but he thinks there was. So he started drinking again, he beat up Adriana, and he threw her out of the fucking house.
Where's his fucking self-control, this guy?
Chris has self-control.
What do you want, Tony? He couldn't bring this in himself?
What, I can't even come in and say hello?
What you want is to know if I heard the disgusting shit they're saying. At least have the guts to come out and ask me.
It isn't true.
You know what? Fuck you.
Fuck me.
It isn't
Fuck
true.
you.
I don't even want to look at you.
With the pizza. They're just leaving pizza on the carpet. It didn't do anything. Fucking taking the pizza. Maybe Chris will want pizza. After he yells. Oh god. Oh my god, someone's coming in like a bat out of hell. Yep, that's Chris. He's drinking like a bat out of hell too, and I think he has a gun. Hey, he shot up his fucking car.
Where are you, you fuck?
He's got a gun.
I know you're out there, you motherfucker! What you come up?
Oh, good fucking job, guys.
You're fucking lucky! You're fucking lucky I ran out of load!
You little cock, and I'll split your fucking wishbone.
It's all over. Everybody, enjoy the evening.
Everything's fine. How are you?
You tell me right now that you can take it into your heart that I did not do this shit. Well, this is as far as we go.
Oh, shit.
Motherfucker.
Tony, come on! Listen to somebody else for a change.
Fuck him.
TV's trying to...
Try it my way.
Tony's trying to
Listen to me.
help or get him out of this.
2 minutes. You're an excellent doctor. That's why I brought him here. Come on.
What are we doing?
And naturally, he's very upset. So I need you to tell him there wasn't.
He's obviously feeling the pressure. He's just gonna fucking lie.
I'm not in the custom of lying about anything.
This poor doctor.
Well, for instance, if she was wearing a seatbelt, then there would have been abrasions to the lateral anterior aspect of the clavicle, wouldn't there? Or the right mid-sternum?
Man, fucking...
Are you a physician?
No, I'm a pre-board certified massage therapist.
He knows his way around a body.
So do you have any of those kind of things?
Actually, yes. On the right clavicle and the sternum just above the xiphoid process, which would indicate an upright position at the moment of impact.
So what he's saying is that she was sitting up.
For the kids. Make-A-Wish Foundation, whatever, yeah.
Yeah. He's just fucking out of here.
Thank you.
I like TB.
Even if it wasn't true, it's what people think.
Oh, yeah.
They know you were out there scoring coke with her.
What do you care what people think? You know the truth. I gotta live in the world.
Well,
You know what?
so
I might as well have fucked her. Thanks.
that's it.
You think I would go near that girl like that?
Her fucking face, putting so much there with no lines.
Look, I'm asking you to pull with me to put a good face on this thing. For the sake of the kids and this family.
I gotta bail you out? It's never ending your bullshit.
If it would have been Christopher alone in a car with a woman, I would have killed him.
No, you wouldn't. You could have killed him 5 million times. And you let him go. I see everyone's here. Everyone sees everything is fine. Even TB's here. I don't know how the fuck he got involved in all this, but there he is. Look, it's like the Last Supper over there. Man, that fucking opera singer's going crazy. Alright. I don't know, man. Adriana should have dumped him 2 seasons ago. I guess, to Chris's credit, it is not necessarily his fault. It's not really Chris's fault. And, I mean, Tony said this would be a bed of misery that he would create if he did this, you know? I mean, it's... I see what he was trying to do, but it's just... It wasn't good. It wasn't good. It wasn't good, and boy, the word spread fast. As if Adriana didn't have enough on her plate. Now adding this. How many times can we watch Christopher beat the shit out of her? You know? It's maybe the one... and this is in quotes, issue with the show, is because this show, you know, it's not really like a, and follow me on this, it's not exactly a story about these characters where you have a beginning, a middle, and an end about things. It is really just a, you know, almost a slice of life show where it's more about, you know, these are just things that happen to these characters. And an advancing plot line is different, you know? An advancing story with a plot line, with a beginning, a middle, and an end. Like, that's not it. Like, there is such a difference between this show and something like Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul. Even though there's a lot of similarities. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of similarities. But with Breaking Bad, there was the story of Walter White. Better Call Saul is the story of Jimmy McGill. This is a show that... This shows the life of Tony Soprano. But it's not really about the life of Tony Soprano. You know? It's not about the journey, you know, in sort of a broad term, even though this doesn't fully apply. It's like, you know, you can say it's like, well, the hero's journey of Walter White. Which is weird to say. It's like, well, Walter White's not really a hero. He doesn't really share similar aspects. But even then, it's like, but that's part of the thing. It's the story of a character. Whereas this show really just is, you know, the events that happen in Jersey, you know? It's the days of their lives, basically. And because of that, I do feel like sometimes it's like, okay, you know, we get episodes like this where it's like, okay, we're 5 seasons in, And some things just have not actually changed at all, you know? Like, Chris and Adriana, like Chris has changed a little bit in that he's not, drunk or high all the time. Sure. But at the same time, it's like, Chris is exactly the same, Because even when Chris is sober, he's still a piece of shit, I mean, most of them are, Like, it is nice, at least this season, finally 5 seasons in, something of the status quo is different because now Tony and Carmela are separated, That has changed a bit of the status quo, but even then, how many times am I going to watch Tony and Carmela arguing, How many times do we have to see Tony Soprano say, I know I'm not a saint here, but seriously, It's just like, I'm watching the same thing, like I'm going crazy almost. It's like, it's a thing of like, all of these episodes are good, but quite honestly, when I'm watching them all together like this, just one after another, I do kind of get this feeling of like, oh my god, I'm going insane. Nothing changes about these characters, But that is part of the point, is it's not, we're not watching character arcs. We are just watching the lives of these people, But how many times can I watch Adriana just, how many times can I watch Chris just bend over and take a dump right into her mouth before something changes, Like, remember, what was it? Was it season 2 or was it season 1 when she was throwing him out, just being like, I'm done, no more of this, and then he proposed, He proposed, and she took him back, and we've just been watching the exact same thing for all these episodes, and it's like, oh my god, how does this happen? It's like we keep watching Chris and Adriana fight. We keep watching Tony being like, okay, well, I know I'm not a saint, but, I'm not that bad, We keep watching Dr. Melfi saying, well, fucking stop, We keep watching Carmela being mad. We keep watching all this stuff, We keep watching all this stuff, and it's just what are we doing? What are we doing? And I know we have a good number of episodes left. I mean, we got the rest of the season, and season 6 is longer. Season 6 is like 21 episodes. Like, we've got a lot of time left in this show, but it's just like, oh my god. It's like, some days I just feel like we're spinning our wheels, Some days it just feels like we're spinning our wheels. And it's just like, what are we doing? Tony did go back to therapy. That's at least something. And yeah, to his credit, he was trying to restrain himself. He was trying not to create the situation that he ended up in anyway. And Dr. Melfi did acknowledge that. I was like, yes, this is good. These are good things you are doing. Keep doing it, It's like, you can restrain yourself. You can do this. And then in the process, it just kind of happened anyway. Even though nothing happened. But it looked bad. But it looked bad. And then I wrote down crash. And then later I just wrote crash out. Because that's what Chris did, And you don't blame him. You don't blame him because he is, all of this, it does make him look like a schmuck, He's just sitting there. Now he has to take all of this. He didn't do anything wrong. There are plenty of episodes where Chris does the wrong thing and it comes back almost immediately to bite him. But this is Chris suffering from what Tony did, It's exactly what he says. Like, even if I know the truth that you and Adriana didn't do anything, It's about what they think. It's about what the others think, and that's the world you have to live in, and it's true. Quite honestly, the truth is a fragile concept. Just in general, truth, facts are a fragile concept. Something we have figured out over the past 8 goddamn years. But it's true. It's absolutely true. The truth is fragile, and sometimes something that isn't true will become the unfortunate truth, and it is the world that we have to live in. Chris has to live in that. Tony now has to live in. They all have to, Carmela has to live in that. Now Carmela looks like a schmuck, Meadow was already suspecting something because of how often Tony was there at the club, Why was he there? Why does he have an office there? Why didn't he stay at the Bada Bing? Why did he keep doing things there specifically? I'm assuming it's just on the off chance that the government has bugged one of those offices, which is why I guess he cycles through. He's got the Bada Bing office, he's got the butchery office, and then he's got Adriana's office. So great TB moments. I really like TB, I like that he is, he understands this world. He's trying to stay out of it and stuff, but I like how he offered a helping hand, even though he's trying not to be a part of this world, he can at least help. I mean, he's helping them not to commit crimes, not to just murder Chris right there and then, But because of that, Chris now has to live in that world. Even though he knows the truth that nothing happened between Adriana and Tony, that's the world they're going to live in. Hopefully things get better. Hopefully things get better with that public appearance. They had to make a public appearance. Carmela had to have dinner with her estranged husband just for that, just to make sure that the appearance worked. It's just... good grief, man. So, I don't know, man. It's a good episode. It's certainly a good episode. That's the thing. It's like, it's almost like every episode of The Sopranos is really, really good in a vacuum, but when you put them all together, it's just slightly maddening. It's just like, I've seen all of this shit before. I've seen it all before in so many other episodes. It just like drives me crazy that it's just like, there's not a story. There's not a story happening. There's not a plot with a beginning, a middle, and an end. And it's fine, it's different, it's unique, but it drives me insane. It especially drives me insane, I think, because I'm doing reactions. If I was just watching this on my own, I don't think I would have this problem. But one thing you guys probably don't know, because most likely none of you are reactors. If you are, I guess shout out to you. But for people watching this, like, I tend to find there is something called a reaction effect, where when I watch something in a reaction, it's kind of heightened. Like, all my emotions are kind of heightened. All my investment is kind of heightened. And I first noticed this when I watched Stranger Things, and I really enjoyed, like, the first 2 seasons of Stranger Things. And then when I showed it to my family, they liked it well enough, but they didn't think it was amazing like I thought it was. And I am starting to see, the cracks in shows like that and stuff, but there is a part of me that's like, I wonder if maybe it's specifically driving me insane because I'm reacting to it. I'm trying to keep this analytical focus on it, the entire time. I'm focused, I'm trying to have this analysis and everything, and if anything, that's making it harder for me, because every single second I'm like, I've seen this in here, I've seen this here, I've seen this here, I've seen this here, and it's like I'm driving myself insane with this show, I don't know, but yeah. But it was a good episode. That's the thing. It was a good episode. let's see what happens from here. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Sopranos reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.